Alright, so this is just a little video where I'm just going to be talking about what I did for MLK Day and how I feel about the latest news going on in gaming. So, last week I talked about how Bethesda was making a Indiana Jones game and how I was excited about that. And then I discovered something that pissed me the fuck off about that title, about that news. Bethesda is making, or they're publishing a Indiana Jones game. It's being made by Machine Games, which is the studio that made like the last 4 reboot games of Wolfenstein. Unfortunately, those games are, how can I put this nicely? The game is going to have microtransactions. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to play an Indiana Jones game with microtransactions. Mostly because EA put a bad taste in my mouth about Lucasfilm games, or games based on Lucasfilm properties that have a lot of, how can I put this nicely, microtransactions. I don't like it. Not one bit. Not only do I not like it, but it worries me. Like I said, you know, after Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, I'm not really all that enthused about another game based on a Lucasfilm license and have it be turned into a microtransaction mess. And we know Bethesda has not had the best. Bethesda has not had the best record with microtransactions as of late, as evidenced by their shitty ass DLC shop, micro DLC shop, and of course, their kind of crappy, you know, special whatever the fuck it's called, what it's called, you know, Fallout 76 Player First Special Edition, whatever the fuck it's called. So I'm not what you would call enthusiastic about this game anymore. I was looking forward to it because I am an Indiana Jones fan. But now that I know that it's going to be just some bullshit, microtransaction bullshit, I'm not cool with it. Like, and to be fair, I'm not against microtransactions in games. I'm not. I'm not against microtransactions in games. If a game is free to play, I don't mind it having microtransactions. Because, frankly speaking, these people got to make money somehow, you know what I'm saying? You know? Like, these people, they got to make money somehow, okay? Is what I'm saying. Like, if you make a game, like, I don't know, like Fortnite is free to play, so it having microtransactions makes sense. MMOs that are free to play, MMOs are expensive to develop for because you constantly have to have a team of people working on it to make it better, patching, new content to keep people involved. So that's going to be expensive. I can understand that. Those smartphone games, I can understand that, but if that's not the case, then I'm sorry. I can't in good conscience support this. So as far as I'm concerned, that game is a no-go for me. The next topic I want to talk about is how I feel about Cyberpunk 2077, having played it for roughly a month, a little over a month. So I'll give you my month overview of how I feel about the game after the cut. So the big thing for me that kind of makes me go, okay, I know some people might get upset by this, is I'm not really, like, I've been enjoying Cyberpunk 2077. Is it the best game I've ever played? No. But it's not the steaming pile of shit that people have equated it to, in my humble opinion. Like, I don't think that it's the worst video game ever made. It's not even the most buggy game I've ever played. I would have to say the buggiest open world RPG that I've played is maybe Fallout 3, followed by Skyrim on the PS3. Because that game was something else, boy. That game was a whole new kettle of fish. So yeah. I've been having a lot of fun with the game. You know, the patches that have been released for the title have made it better, which is, you know, kind of a shock to me because, you know, I'm used to Bethesda open world games where, like, they'll release a patch and the game gets worse after the patch. Whereas the patches in Cyberpunk 2077 are actually making the game more stable. Now, full disclosure, I have this game on PC, which is the lead platform for the title. So, like, I'm basically playing the best version of the game you can possibly get retail-wise. So to me, I've been, you know, I'm finding the game enjoyable. I could see where people who have the game on PS5 or Xbox or PS4 or Xbox One, I could see where they're like, okay, this is too much. I can understand where people are coming from if they aren't enjoying this game. But, you know, for me, I've been enjoying it. It's an enjoyable game. The gameplay has been spot on enjoyable. I know some people are going to be like, oh, but you know, how could you enjoy a game that's so buggy? It hasn't really been that buggy on PC for me. Now, I will admit, when I first got it, and it was only on patch 1.03, yeah, 1.03, it was a bit more buggy than what I wanted. But as time has gone on, it's become a better game. So I can't really be like, this game is unplayable. Now, like I said, you know, if you have this game on PC, on you know, PlayStation 4, on the 8th gen systems, PS4 and Xbox One, or the 9th gen systems, the PS5 or the Xbox Series X or Sexbox, and it's not working for you, you know, look, you spent $500+ on these consoles. You deserve for these consoles to be able to do their primary purpose, which is to play the game that they are made for. So I can understand where those people would be like, I'm not feeling this. You know, I can perfectly understand your ire, and I'm down with it. But as for me, I've been enjoying the game. I'm not saying it's the best game I've ever played, but it is getting better. You know, I wouldn't say it's my game of the year for 2020, but it definitely, if CD Projekt Red can, you know, patch the game to a level where it is more stable and add the extra content and DLC and expansions and stuff like that, I think it'll be a fine game in 2021. So that's just my opinion about Cyberpunk 2077. I don't think it's that bad of a game. I've been enjoying it. Is it the best game I've ever played? No, but You know, the people who are acting like this game has, like, somehow, like, beat their mother, I mean, it gets kind of old really quickly. Because the game's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. And that's the thing where I'm kind of like, okay, this is getting to be too much. But with that being said, that's just my opinion. I know some people are going to get angry when they hear that I don't think the game is that bad. I don't. So, yeah, that's my opinion. So with that being said, let's move on to the next topic after the cut. So here's what I did this year for MLK Day. Last year, before COVID came out, I was able to help build a greenhouse at a local school. This year, I did not have the means to do that because of COVID-19. So instead, what I did this year was something a little bit more less, how can I put this, less dangerous due to COVID. Initially, I was just going to donate some money to a philanthropic organization, but instead, well, I shouldn't say instead. On top of that, on top of donating money to a philanthropic organization, I also decided, fuck it, and each of my 3 locations, we made 500 meals at each location and donated those to various local shelters. Now, this is something that I actually had been working on since like November last year. Like the end of November, the beginning of December, because I wanted to do Christmas dinner at these local shelters, but unfortunately, like, they had already made plans for that. So I was like, okay, well, can I do MLK Day? And they were like, sure. So we made the meals, and then each shelter would send like a truck, like a van, to pick them up, and we packed them up, put them on the trucks, and they went to the shelter. So that's what I did for MLK Day. I'm quite happy with it. You know, doing great things. It's like what MLK said: anybody can be great because anybody can serve, which is an important thing. So that was fun. You know, I would advise anyone, if you're going to do voluntary service, don't just do it, you know, on MLK Day. You know, do a day of service, you know, once a month. I'm not saying this is something you have to do every week, but once a month, go and volunteer at a local homeless shelter, or, you know, with COVID being what it is, you know, go deliver, you know, food packages to needy families or something. They always need help with stuff like that. So that's always a good thing. With that being said, that's my opinion. So I'll get to my conclusion after the cut. So here's my conclusion. First, you know, just summarizing everything I talked about in this video. First of all, I was enthusiastic about a Indiana Jones video game, but now that I've found out that it's going to have microtransactions in it, I don't necessarily want to play a Indiana Jones game with microtransactions. Kind of like, not really interested in that. I have been playing Cyberpunk 2077. I've put about 30 hours into the game, and I've been enjoying it. I mean, it's like, here's the thing. It's not the best game. It's not the game it could have been. It's not the best game I've ever played, but I mean, for what it is, it's pretty good. And the patches have been making it into a more stable gameplay experience. And also, this MLK Day, we made 500 meals at each of my locations, business locations, and we had them trucked over, vanned over, transported over to the shelters. And so we fed 15, we made 500 meals per location, 3 locations, 1,500 meals. Feel quite good about that. And I also donated money to various philanthropic organizations, so I feel quite good about it. And those are my opinions. If you have any thoughts and opinions about MLK Day or Cyberpunk 2077, if you have the game, how's it playing for you? And if you have any thoughts on Bethesda's microtransactioned Indiana Jones game, let me know in the comments section. If you would like to have more information about the, if you would like to get in touch with the channel, you can reach me at mrredfoxbsbuster@gmail.com, etc., etc. You can also reach me at Twitter at Matthew Wesley, at mrredfox91, or you can reach me via Discord. So that's all fine and dandy. We'll keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. So with that being said, that's the end of this video. Rate, comment, share, subscribe. We have a podcast every Wednesday and Saturday, 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about various video game news, pop culture news, that type of stuff, and share opinions about life in general. So with that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, peace, and good night.